The headlines this Friday. Ryanair chief Michael O'Leary announces opening of airline route between Galway and Knock. Excitement at the National Ploughing Championships as Volkswagen and Massey Ferguson announce merger. And in sports news, GBFM News looks ahead to this weekend's All-Ireland Hurling Replay. Good morning. There has been widespread excitement in the aviation industry as airline chief Michael O'Leary from Ryanair announced last evening that his airline were to relaunch the route between Ireland West Knock Airport and Galway Airport at Carnmore. Michael O'Leary said that the company's decision was based on the recent economic upturn and the need to provide a service for builders in the Galway, Mayo and Roscommon area.
Well, look, when you've Enda Kenny and the Irish government telling you that the recession is over, you only have to look at Claregalway and Tuam and Galway City, all the traffic jams going in. Who's causing the traffic jams? It's Jeeps, Williams trailers, pickup trucks, vans. These builders on the way to work in Galway. Ryanair have seen this madness of these traffic jams, and hey presto, Carnmore Airport is out there gathering dust. So we've opened a new route from Ireland West Knock right into Carnmore. Despite the ineptitude of the government agencies in Arinta that closed Carnmore Airport facility, Ryanair are reopening it. We're going to provide a specialised service for the builders, the guys wearing the yellow jackets, who you see clogging up the roads in and out of your Topaz garage, stuffing themselves with breakfast rolls. As part of our recent order of Boeing aircraft, we've managed to secure one particular aircraft that is modified just to suit builders. It's got bigger seats, it's got bigger windows so they can stuff all their receipts and dockets and copy of the Sun newspaper and all their few bits of spanners and screwdrivers up against the windscreen like they do in their vans and Jeeps. There'll be complimentary breakfast rolls on board. These guys are built to buy €5 tokens that allow them to wolf whistle or roar or do whatever these guys do every time the air steward walks up and down, male or female. And of course the obligatory hangover cure on a Monday morning. And that's why Ryanair is growing year on year. We're the global success story of Irish aviation.
There was widespread excitement at the National Ploughing Championships as motor manufacturer Volkswagen announced a merger with tractor manufacturer Massey Ferguson, and Galway BFM's motoring correspondent Gerry Murphy brought this report. Well, I think it's fair to say that the star of the show down at this year's National Ploughing Championships was down at the Volkswagen tent, where the guys at Volkswagen have teamed up with the lads at Massey Ferguson, and they've come up with a hybrid vehicle, a cross between the old Mark II Jetta and the Massey Ferguson 20 tractor, and they've called this guy the JettaFerguson. And I can tell you something, the excitement down around there was incredible. Some of the old timers around having a look, they were like young ones queuing for tickets to a One Direction concert. So yeah, huge excitement about this model. They're telling us, the guys in outside Munich there at the Volkswagen plant, they expect April or May 2015 is going to be the launch date. Few lovely features with this particular model, aimed essentially at the farming community, no doubt. The colour only comes in one colour. That's probably the only drawback with this model. Cow dung brown for obvious reasons. A couple of other lovely features. In-bit holder between the passenger and the driver seat to hold a bit of Waven pipe or the ash plant when you're after cattle. The tape deck, the old one, there was a lot of problems with cassettes getting jammed. This one is a fully sealed unit, and it's got a permanent Foster and Allen tape playing on a loop in this car, so there'll be great excitement about that. By the exterior, in-fitted, factory-fitted Padre stickers on the front and rear windscreens. For anybody that likes to use the on-drop of green diesel, the main fuel tank is on the right-hand side, and the opposite side of the car there's a miniature tank for the green diesel. It's disguised as a Padre Pio sticker, so I don't think the guys at Revenue are going to they're going to have a lot of work, I think, to root that one out. The boot comes with a little roller of bale and twine to tie down the boot, as we all knew, the odd bale and twine or the O that might be held inside in the boot, and a rear pickup hitch with a little miniature PTO on it. So as I say, April, May 2016, the guys in Germany are giving us as the launch date for the JettaFerguson. This is Gerry Murphy for Galway BFM's motoring slot. And in sports news, Galway BFM News spoke to commentating legend Micheál O'Muircheartaigh, not Ollie Turner or Sean Walsh, ahead of this weekend's replay between Kilkenny and Tipperary. And we also got the thoughts of Kilkenny manager Brian Cody.
Well, I suppose, there's a huge sense of anticipation, ahead of a weekend like this, right across Kilkenny and Tipperary, and I'm sure in other counties. And I suppose at the end of the day, any game takes on a life of its own, and, the fine margins that decide these games, the stick work, the ball work, is ultimately going to decide it. And, fingers crossed, Europe will come out on top and send Tom Watson and the Yanks home with their tails between their legs.
Now, I would say that as a neutral, most people would look at Kilkenny and Tipperary, and I don't think they would ask which of the teams they'd like the most, but more so which of them they'd hate the least. And maybe a neutral, if they were to put a bet on, they might hope it could end up like Garth Brooks did in the summer. He went for 4 and he came away with nothing. And maybe this year some technicality might kick in, and maybe Cody and Eamon O'Shea might both be going home on Saturday empty-handed. And I think if that were the case, I think most people in the country would be over the moon. Maybe it could happen. Fanga Vecamij. And that's it from the news desk. You're up to date with Galway Bay FM. P.S. There were no death notices for Galway.